Welcome back to Ryan Jacobson Weather. Hope your day's off to a great start. Let's hop right into the forecast for today. And as you can see, the weather right now across the U.S. is pretty quiet. We do have some scattered showers across the Midwest and going into the West this afternoon, going into this evening, but no major weather is expected today or, in the next couple of days ahead. There's going to be a cool down coming for the East later early this next week. We'll hop right all into that in the forecast for today. This is the current look right now, and as you can see, we have some scattered showers across portions of the western Midwest, and we also have some scattered showers and then even a couple of snow showers here across Montana, going into North and South Dakota. Let me push this forward for you guys. This is going to this afternoon, and you can see we still have that low pressure actually lingering off the coast here, and that could bring some more widespread precipitation to areas in Maine today. There could even be a little bit of snow at the higher elevations. So be weather aware if you're in those areas. And then going into tomorrow, you can see kind of these two different disturbances are kind of going to pair up and produce a little bit stronger of a low pressure system, 995 millibar low pressure system. And you can see the cooler air on the backside of this. There's that colder air coming down from Canada. And out ahead of this, it looks like it'll be a line of thunderstorms. There is a possibility for severe weather tomorrow. It is, as of now, only a slight risk, and we'll go over that in more detail here in a second, but I'm not expecting anything of a major severe weather outbreak. And then going into Tuesday here, you can see this low pressure kind of swings through southern Canada, bringing cooler air on the backside, and eventually that looks to transition over to snow showers as we go into Tuesday night here. Maybe even some minor accumulations possible. And then this is going to Wednesday, and then it'll die off. And then this is going into next Thursday here. You can have another storm system developing. Maybe a potential here at some severe weather going into Thursday evening here across portions of the Midwest. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. And then this is kind of going to Friday. And as of now, it looks to be kind of just lingering and kind of almost falling apart, you could say, as it heads to the east. But maybe it'll re-spark another area of severe weather again on Friday evening. So we'll be watching those 2 days closely. After this, it's unknown. This is all the way through next Sunday or until next Sunday. You can see maybe another shot of cold air possible for the Northeast. But again, we're a week out. You got to take everything with a grain of salt when you're over 5 days on the models. So this is the severe weather set for tomorrow. You can see there is a slight risk of severe weather. This includes portions of Pennsylvania going down into Kentucky, as well as West Virginia, Maryland, a little bit of Virginia, and Ohio. You can see there is a 5% risk for tornadoes tomorrow, so be weather aware if you're in these areas. I'll have a more in-depth overview on this tomorrow morning. But again, there is a couple of tornadoes possible. And then you can see there's that wind risk as well, a 15% wind risk with these thunderstorms and a 15% hail risk. So there could be a little, minor severe weather outbreak tomorrow. We'll be watching it closely, but I'm not expecting anything major at this point. Let me show you the temperatures over the next couple of days, and the story is going to be warm air in the west, cold air in the east. You can see it is already a little bit chilly here in the east. It's going to warm up pretty nice today, though. And then that warmer air, as we go into Tuesday here, is going to continue to get pushed to the east as we have this big area of cold air coming in, sweeping across the Midwest and Northeast. That's going to start tomorrow going into Wednesday. And it's going to be pretty chilly here across portions of the Northeast and Midwest. We're looking at lows to get below 30 degrees here going into Wednesday evening. And look at this. You look out west here in the central U.S. especially, it's going to get really warm. Look at this. Portions of, Kansas going to Nebraska, Oklahoma could be seeing highs in the mid to upper 90s, which is hard to believe for April. Let me push this forward for you guys. Still kind of chilly in the east here and just super warm, especially across areas of Texas. Just a ton of, just warm temperatures out there, warm air. And then this is going into next Monday here. You can still kind of see just cooler air lingering in the east with just super warm, just high pressure dominating kind of the central U.S. So we'll watch this closely, but it looks like a warm week ahead for the central U.S. and just a little bit chillier for portions of the upper Midwest going to the Northeast and the New England region. Let's go over the total precipitation over the next couple of days. Let me push this forward for you guys. As you can see, not much expected. This is going into tomorrow here. Just, pretty light precipitation, I guess. A couple of areas seeing a little bit more, maybe up into Minnesota here. Some areas could see over an inch of precipitation. I'm not expecting much from this. Let me continue to push this forward for you guys. As you can see, the precept's pretty light. This is going into Wednesday morning here. This is going into Thursday. So again, not really expecting a ton of precipitation this upcoming week or so. This is going to Friday. And this will now be going into Saturday here. Maybe that's like our second area of low pressure sweeping through. And this is going into next Sunday. See, a lot of areas across the U.S. are going to see some precipitation, but really no major storm systems or precipitation makers are expected over this next week. Again, we could have a couple of shots at severe weather, including tomorrow and then going next Thursday and Friday. But again, I think the chances are pretty low as of now. This is the total snowfall expected over the next couple of days. And yes, we are still expecting a little bit of snow here going into April across the U.S. We will see snow out west probably all the way until May, and maybe even some portions of June. We'll still see some snow in the west, but even a little bit still expected here in the east. Here's that cold front kind of dropping south, and we're going to see on the backside a little bit of lake effect snow here. A couple areas, especially going towards Erie, then up into the Tug Hill Plateau. European painting, maybe up to 6 inches of snow in those localized areas. But I could say most of New York State, especially upstate New York, could see a coating to an inch of snow from these lake effect snow showers. Nothing major expected. This is going to next Friday here. Maybe some more snow out west here, especially for the high elevations. And then this is through Monday, April 21st. So again, it doesn't look like there's going to be any more major snowstorms as we are now in April. You never know. There could be a surprise snowstorm across somewhere in the Midwest, the Northeast this upcoming week or two. But again, I'm not really expecting anything major for snow for the rest of the year. I thank you guys all for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Continue to just keep checking back for daily updates on the weather ahead. And I will see you guys in tomorrow morning's video. Have a good one.